I'm Lana Horsford-Harrigan actually. I'm representing the Government of Anguilla here at this meeting today.
Right. Tell us, how have you found the session this morning so far?
Very timely and informative actually. There's a lot for me to, as an HR professional, to reflect on actually in our organization. We have been grappling with some of these issues, so I am now armed with more information so I can actually discuss with my deputies and we'll see how we can take it forward.
Is there any particular session that stood out to you this morning in terms of the CXC offerings?
Well, what was new for me was the CVQ because we really do not do them in Anguilla. So that was very interesting for me, the CVQ. And of course, learning more about the CCS LC as well too, and seeing how we can actually incorporate that as a qualification for entry into the workforce.
So let's talk about CCS LC a bit. Anguilla does the CCS LC has been doing CCS for. How is it actually used now in Anguilla in terms of HR and government recruitment?
Actually, not very much. Not very much. So it is something, as I said, we need to grapple our heads around actually. I can see it having a purpose. If we are talking about diversity, we are talking about inclusion, we need to actually address these things there. As you indicated in the session, that it's actually not an exit qualification, it's more of something for entry level. So we might have to demarcate some specific jobs in government where we can actually list that as a qualification. Well, our ministry is actually speaking the same language. When I refer to ministry, I'm referring to the Ministry of Education. So between public administration, HR, and the Ministry of Education, we should actually come up with something to address this more like in the immediate rather than the long term. We just can't allow it to continue to just hang there.
And what would be your most critical takeaway from the session so far today?
Well, CXC is our Caribbean regional exam, and I think we should embrace all that CXC is doing and support and promote it. So the takeaway is that we actually need to communicate more. It would be good for CXC to communicate directly also with HR personnel in the various islands because we're not keeping up pace with what you're offering. A lot of what I'm aware of is actually from more of being a parent or association with my sister who's the CXC rep on Anguilla. So if we could get a more robust communication actually coming from CXC, that would actually be helpful. And we need to keep that channel of communication open between CXC and government employees. So I hope that this is a start of good things.